Jumping on here to do some Q&A with you. It is Friday. It is time to hang out, socialize. I know that it's so much better to socialize when we're in person, but when we're sick and we don't have options, sometimes hanging out online is the best thing, the only thing that we can really um, muster up the energy for. So if you have the energy to hang out with me today, come and join us. We are doing Q&A and we are talking about our practitioner programs and talking about questions that practitioners have for their businesses, for working with clients. There's so many questions that people have because it's tricky to do that, right? So if you're jumping on now, come on and say hello. Raw Food God, hey, nice to see you here. Alicia G, how are you doing? Good to see you here. So let's do Q&A. It's our favorite topic. My favorite thing to do with all of you. It's most fun. So let's hang out. Let's go. So goodbye, Guinness. Happy Friday to you as well. So if you're jumping on here, tell me where in the world you are. Tell me what in the world you're drinking or eating, because it's always fun to share what we're eating, right? Everybody gets ideas. Sometimes someone's like in Australia sipping on a mango smoothie, and I'm like, oh man, that sounds pretty good about now. And I haven't had a mango smoothie in a while. So it's fun to share what you're consuming because our community's always got something cooking in their kitchens, right? Lori Hurd says she's in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Nice. Welcome, Lori. Vlada, you're excited for Rooted Results. Rooted Results is our newest practitioner offering, where when you have a problem with your client or you have a question or you have questions, you can come and join us. We do once a month 2-hour Q&A to talk about your questions and your concerns. And if you want to know more about it, DM me or leave me a comment and I will send you a link to check it out. More people commenting here. I see Robin Marie. She's in the USA and will be drinking her celery juice soon. Excited to hear that, Robin. And then Claire is in England. She's drinking thyme tea. Claire, I think it's like almost 10:30 in England, isn't it? At night. So it's almost your bedtime. Roxanne Thompson says, I'm from Vancouver Island and I'm drinking a warm honey lemon water. Roxanne, you're about 3 hours behind us. So it's approximately 1:30 in the afternoon for you. So I love that you're doing that. Sarah, what did you recommend as far as prenatals for early pregnancy? Sarah, I have a whole blog that we just posted last week on this very big topic of prenatal vitamins. I hope that you will check it out and read it because we put a lot of work into creating this blog and writing this article. It took a lot of back and forth and writes and rewrites trying to get that particular blog done right. So I will post the link for you in just a moment so you can check it out. And if you're not signed up to our newsletter, I highly recommend that you sign up for our newsletter because you'll be the first to receive our blog posts, our newest posts, and what we share, because we always share some stories around it and what have you. So our newest blog article is right here. So here we go, Sarah. Let me reply to you. Here we go. Do you see the link? I hope you get the link and you can check out that article because we spent a lot of time putting in a lot of the information all the questions that I've been getting for years and years and years on the topic of pregnancy, prenatal, supplements, what's allowed, what's not, why. We seek to answer all those questions in there. Okay, next is from Susan DeBrita. Is there a list of practitioners that follow medical medium in Canada? We don't have a list, but if you write to our office, support@muneezaahmed.com, we can put you in touch. So we don't have a list that we give out, but we can connect you to someone in Canada if you like. Alicia says, regarding possible kidney problems, is it best to stay away from coconut water? No, it's not. They're hydrating for the kidneys. It's got the right balance of mineral salts, and so it's actually quite helpful. Quite helpful. Aaron Glass says, I'm from Maryland. I'm just finishing an apple. Nothing exciting. I'm sorry, but to me, an apple is super exciting because I have been away and I haven't had an apple in like 3 or 4 days, and I am excited to bite into an envy apple that's appeal free. So that's pretty exciting. Lisa Hernandez says she's in Cadiz, Spain, and having some steamed asparagus and Brussels sprouts for dinner. Awesome. Meryl says she's in Long Island drinking afternoon lemon water. Claire says it's 9:30. Gotcha, Claire. I thought it was. So maybe England is 5 hours ahead. Europe is 6, and Central Asia is 7. So yeah, I lose track sometimes. Robin says, how healed should I aim to be before having kids? Well, I do recommend bringing down wherever your viral load is or whatever your symptoms are. If they're really debilitating, at least wait for them to become about 50% better. And then even if you're not totally healed, you can still get pregnant and conceive and do pretty well. Many women do that. Arch Angelica says, I'm from Sweden drinking lemon water with honey. Nice to see you here. Angelica, goodbye Guinness from Kansas City, sipping on lemon water. We'll be having salsa over steamed potatoes for dinner as soon as work is done here. 3:22 here. Tranel, nice to see you here. Natalie Pfeiffer says, any supplements you can recommend for all the smoke that we are breathing in Oregon? Absolutely. So I have a blog post that I wrote on air quality. And so I will share this. I will share this with you. There are a couple of blogs that you can benefit from. So let me share the links with you. You want links to the air quality blogs and how to recover from toxic air exposure. So we have a blog about that. I will share that with you. How many of you are signed up to our newsletter? And how many of you have seen our new Feminine Power Challenge that's coming up in after Labor Day? It's going to be the week after Labor Day. So I am looking forward to really connecting with all of you in there because it's going to be a challenge like we've never done before. It seeks to cover quite a few aspects of what we struggle with as women, and it's going to talk more deeply about getting back into your power, dealing with overwhelm, like understanding where sometimes we feel too pushed in certain directions and then don't have the energy or the wherewithal to push back on what we really feel, dealing with feelings of guilt and shame and why we don't want to go to those places or how we can come out of being in those places to give us back our true power, our true strength, right? It's really important. Benedetta from Italy. Nice to see you here, Benedetta. So Natalie, I just sent you 2 blog posts about air quality. I hope you got them. And if you're not signed up to our email, please sign up. The reason, you guys, the reason that we post blogs is because it's very hard to find things on Instagram. if I post something on Instagram today that you guys love and was really popular, if you're looking for it 6 months from now, you're going to not be able to find it. But if you go to our blog and you're signed up to our newsletters, you can always find the key information that we put out over and over again, just with a quick search, because we're trying to make this build like library of resources for you so that you can look for and find information that it's hard to find anywhere else on the internet, that you have to go digging for. So we want to do the digging for you, put it together in an article so that it's much easier for you. So Reinheld G. Stryker says, what can I do for heel spurs? What causes them? Often what causes heel spurs? 2 reasons. One, it could be radiation, because they can actually cause a spur to kind of mutate and occur, or often it's EBV that does that along with the radiation. So I hope that helps. Kuski ID says, any advice for insomnia, please? Yes, of course we have advice for insomnia. It depends on whether you are unable to sleep at night or whether you are struggling to, wake up in the morning, or that you wake up multiple times a night. People have different kinds of insomnia. So tell me more about your insomnia. So let me show your question. So your question is, any advice for insomnia? If you're wanting to sign up to our 5-day Feminine Power Challenge, you see the QR code up in the left corner of the screen. Just tap on that and you can sign up. If you haven't signed up, sign up for it, because it's going to be fun. It's free and it's coming together as a community. It's connecting as a community. We'll be diving into topics that we've never really done before in this way. And in particular, the challenges to our feminine power from being sick. Challenges to our feminine power from being too sick. What gets lost? How do we lose it? We lose a lot when we get sick. How do we recover that? How do we build it back? How do we reclaim who we are? So if you haven't signed up for this challenge, right there's the QR code. You can tap the code, click on the code, and you can sign up. So the Goodbye Guinness, you signed up for that already? That's awesome. I'm hoping to see you there. Lots of questions. So Kuski said all of the above to the questions that I asked. So often when we're viral, we can have insomnia. Many people who are chronically sick don't sleep well. Adrenaline issues have a lot to do with it. When your adrenals are imbalanced or weakened, you can have insomnia. The adrenals rev up when you're supposed to go to sleep. They don't rev down enough so that you can relax. Viral loads, neurotoxic explosions will make your adrenals rev up and your heart rate rev up. Sometimes when you're trying to sleep or in the middle of sleep, you can have toxic heavy metals that make it difficult to stay asleep. You can have liver issues that can make it hard to sleep. So there's many root causes of sleep issues. And there's 2 ways to address sleep issues. One, you want to make sure that you're addressing the root cause, like I just mentioned. If it's viral, liver, toxic heavy metals, too many sinus things going on, congestion, postnasal drip, sleep apnea, which can be contributed to by postnasal drip, and too much sinus congestion, also contributed to by toxic heavy metals. So there's many issues with the root cause of insomnia. So addressing one of those issues is important. The other thing that's really important is to add on sleep support supplements. Now, many people will just want to add on the sleep support supplements without addressing the underlying issue, which is partly helpful. It's not totally helpful. It's partially helpful. And the way it helps is that it can help you fall asleep and it can help you stay asleep, but it won't address the root cause of the issue. So things that you can take to improve your sleep, get better rest, and it's a starting point. Celery Force is a great supplement for that. Melatonin, GABA, lemon balm, magnesium glycinate are all good places to start. But don't forget to address the root issue. Okay? Next question, or our next person is Catherine from Australia. You're having lime and honey water. Welcome, Catherine. Our next question is from Melissa, and she says, I'm 55. I have 10 centimeters of fibroids. Doctor wants to have a hysterectomy. I don't. What should I do? Melissa, I would read up on the medical medium books, especially the Life Changing Foods book, the Cleanse to Heal book, and the revised and expanded medical medium book, and understand the root causes of fibroids. There's two types of fibroids. One that is caused by the Epstein-Barr virus, and two is caused by Streptococcus. And the difference is that there are different kind of shapes, and the shape of the growth of the fibroid is different, whether it's based on a viral issue or it's based on strep. So, for example, either the viral variety or the bacterial variety are feeding off of toxic hormones that enter the body from outside sources, which can be birth control, it can be toxic plastics, as well as toxic heavy metals. The healthy cells become injured, and then they mutate and they stay alive by forming groups that form into fibroids. So blood vessels come out of fibroids. They absorb nutrients from eggs and milk and cheese and other unproductive foods that we could be eating. And it's worsened by having a high-fat diet. So if you'd like to address this issue, Melissa, I would recommend changing up your diet, reading these books, and understanding the root causes so that you can actually find a way to heal. Our next question is from Serene Shireen, and she says, is it safe for kids to take Vimergy melatonin daily? It depends on the kid. I cannot give a broad stroke answer here. And I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about kids, but I highly recommend you get a practitioner who can help you with your kid and to see how much is okay for them. Is it okay for them? A small amount might be okay for your child, but you want to make sure that you are talking with a practitioner who can help you with that. Robin Marie says, someone said they are more flexible since healing on MM. I notice I seem to get muscle knots less than I used to, and I'm only at the beginning of my healing. Any information about this? Yes. When you get muscle knots and you get stiffness, it's because you are more acidic inside your body. Your tissues are more acidic. So the way to combat that, and when you start with the medical medium tools and protocols, your body starts to become more alkaline, more clean. All poisons are acidic. All drugs are acidic. All unproductive foods are acidic. Toxic heavy metals are acidic. So all the poisons, all the stuff that hurts us is acidic. So if you start to get rid of those from your body starts to feel more free and clear and open. So if you're just joining, Natasha Darwin, Tasha, it's really great to see you here. All of you who are joining, for practitioners, if you have questions, ask me, because we have some amazing practitioner stuff coming up in the fall. Our programs, Rooted Results, is starting, which is our Q&A program once a month. It is a very low-cost offering, so ask me about it. And then we have our Rise Up program, which is available to purchase on the website as a self-paced. You also get to have a live component to it. You can add the Rooted Results and do it together, and therefore you get the best of both worlds. It's a really fun way to learn, because you learn how to apply these protocols, how to help other people, how to help yourself too. So Lisa Hernandez says, my recent blood work shows that I have low platelets. What causes it and how can I raise it? So low platelets are caused by, they're viral in nature. Root cause is viral. So how can you raise them? Address the viral issue. Why are they going low? It's a specific strain of Epstein-Barr that can cause that. So you have to address it by working on that particular strain, the viral strain, at the core 7. And the person who asked about fibroids too, you have to bring in this core 7. You have to bring in these root pieces. You have to clean up your diet. And I know, Alicia, probably your diet is fairly clean, but I would recommend that you look at working the antiviral protocols a little bit more deeply. So the B12, zinc, by the way, all from Vimergy, micro C, lysine, cat's claw, lemon balm, licorice root are all really important. Sorry, not Alicia. This was Lisa Hernandez. So Alicia said, I'm tapping on it, but it doesn't help open up. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Alicia. Let me know. Luke says, celery force is not good before bed. I disagree. Many of my clients take celery force before going to bed because it actually helps them sleep more deeply. You can even take it during the day and it will help you sleep more deeply. But there are many, many clients who take celery force before going to bed and they sleep just fine. If you are sensitive, don't take it before bed. But most people do just fine on it. So Corinne says, do you take celery force before you go to bed or during the day? You can take it either way. You can take it earlier in the day. You can take it later in the day. If you're sensitive, don't take it, but that doesn't apply to everybody. Most people do just fine with it. If you put coconut water in your spinach soup with the other ingredients, does it make the soup not work for you? No, it works just fine because anything that you add coconut water to helps the coconut water absorb more deeply. So it's actually quite helpful. Next question is from Monica. She says, I fell and got a concussion, a light one. What can I do or eat to heal? I would do the physical injury protocol from the Cleanse to Heal book. Bring in more nettle leaf, silica, glutathione, vitamin C. Bring in some MSM, curcumin, and lots of icing. Our next question is from Bai, and Bai says, I had to take antibiotics and now I got a yeast infection every time I have sex with my boyfriend. It heals after using a soft tampon with H2O2. What can I do to prevent this? Is it vaginal strep as a cause? Yes, the root cause of yeast infections is streptococcus. And if you're continuing to get them, I would do a strep protocol, cut out grains like quinoa, rice, things like that. And I would bring in more fresh fruits, vegetables, celery juice, cucumber juice. I would bring in a strep protocol. So I'd bring in golden seal. I'd bring in some propolis. I'd bring in some lomatium. I'd bring in some garlic. Extra garlic in your diet will be super helpful for that. And the pathogen exposure shot, as well as the pharmaceutical exposure shot, which will help to clear out the poisons that you ingested from the antibiotics. Next question is from Anne Ran. How to deal with a long, dry cough? Could it be lung cancer? The only way to know that is to go to a doctor and get that checked. Most often, when it's not a more sinister cause, it is a long, dry cough is caused by strep that's kind of stubborn. What I just recommended to the vaginal strep issue, I would recommend the same. No grains. If you want to heal a chronic cough, you've got to get off grains. And so bringing in garlic, onions, turmeric, ginger shot from the Life Changing Foods book, pathogen exposure shot, mold exposure shot, the bringing in golden seal, lomatia, mullein, bronchial wellness syrup. All of these tools are helpful for overcoming a chronic cough. Our next question is from Veronica Samara. Been doing lifestyle for a while now. My TPO has gone way down, as well as TA, but one of the nodules has increased in size, only a little, but still. Why do nodules grow? Nodules grow because of EBV. Nodules grow because of Epstein-Barr. If you haven't signed up to our 5-day Feminine Power Challenge, how to overcome or reclaim your feminine power after being sick or while you're sick, sign up to the challenge right here. Our next question is from Sarah Montemayor. She says, I bought ashwagandha from Vimergy. My diet is definitely far from healthy, and I'm living with what I can afford at the moment. Would it be pointless to take it if my diet's poor? No, it can still help you. If that's one tool that you can bring it in and continue to clean up your diet. Sally Lucas says, I'm growing sprouts in a jar. Before I start the process, should I rinse the seeds in water or something else? When they finish sprouting, can I start eating them, or am I supposed to rinse them? You're not supposed to rinse them. If you're growing them in a jar, you can just eat them. It's not a problem. What is the cause of someone who can't tell from day and night? Toxic heavy metals in the brain is correct. Rosie B is joining us from Sweden, Stockholm. Nice to see you here, Rosie. Sarah says, I found your blog. I look forward to reading it. I'm really glad to hear that. Don't forget to scan this QR code, how to reclaim your feminine power when you are chronically sick. It's really a cool challenge we're doing for 5 days after Labor Day, after the first weekend in September, which is a long weekend in the US. Be ready for that. Join us. It's going to be really, really great. Tasha, nice to see you here. Rise Up is an amazing program. If you're considering it, I highly recommend it. If you're wanting to go deeper in your own healing and learn how to better support others. Ooh, thank you for that beautiful comment, Tasha. Yes, for those of you who are practitioners, I get messages from practitioners almost daily where they're asking me how they can deepen their understanding of the protocols, how to apply the protocols, how to work with clients, get better results with people, how to have the confidence to work with people, how to use your intuition better as you work with people. It's really, really cool. So if you haven't considered it, or if you have questions about it, email us at support@muneezaahmed.com and set up a discovery call where you can chat with me and we can talk about your concerns and your questions and help you figure out whether that program is right for you. Our next question is from, we have someone from Lisbon. Good evening, Marina. Nice to have you here. Luke Rogers says, yes, many people are sensitive to celery force. In my experience, Luke, most people aren't sensitive to celery force. There are a few, but after working with thousands of people, most people do just fine with it. There are always a group of people who are sensitive to any supplement, and that has more to do with the liver than it has to do with the supplement itself. So yeah. So Lisa says, I've been super low fat for 2 years and my HDL is also very low. Should I raise fats in my diet? Yeah, if you can add in a little healthier avocado or some nuts and seeds or sesame seeds, things of that nature, EPA DHA would be a big recommendation from me. Bring in lots and lots of greens into your diet. You could find that it's actually making you feel even better than you are feeling right now. So our next question is, what helps to heal from a bone fracture? And you asked the question about concussions, I think. I'm not sure. But bone fractures, again, the same protocol for physical injury that I mentioned earlier would be used for this, Natalie, as well. So go back and listen, please. That would be super helpful. Maria says, my daughter has leg pain and cannot walk, have to take her from college. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's a really tough situation. It does sound like it's viral, but I would work with a practitioner. If you'd like to book an appointment with me, you can do that. Go to my website, muneezaahmed.com, and I will post a link for you right here. But if you go to my website and click on the laser coaching tab, you can book an appointment to actually talk about and come up with a plan to reverse that. I've actually worked with kids who've been 6 years old for very similar kinds of reasons, unable to walk and had to stop school. So here I'm posting the link, Maria, for you to book an appointment to actually help your daughter, because that's more serious and it's more than I can talk about here on YouTube and Facebook. So next question, Luke, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here as always. Benedetta says, Anthony speaks about adrenaline not to do if you have chronic issues like cold, bathing, but what about apnea, or what about activities like free diving? What happens to your adrenals while diving for more than 30 seconds? If you're diving for 30 seconds, that's not a big deal, but any kind of activity, whether you're diving, whether you're riding in a helicopter, whether you're bungee jumping, or not even as much as bungee jumping, it could be something simple, will run adrenals. There's some that run things more. The longer you do the activity, the longer the adrenals run. Some people could probably be okay with a 30-second dive. Some people might not be. It all depends on where your body's at, what you can handle or what you cannot handle. Henry Kozlovsky says, my mom lost her voice and has a feeding tube. I'm so sorry. Feeding tubes are hard due to swallowing problems from a blood clot in the brain followed by a stroke. What would be the best protocols? Would potato monocleanse be good for her? I would follow the strokes protocol in the Brain Saver books, and I would work on healing the brain, because the reason she's lost her voice and is having trouble swallowing is because there's an injury to the brain. So you want to do everything you can to heal that brain, and that's really critical. So there's a strokes protocol in the Brain Saver Protocols book. I would look at that. It's a very well thought out protocol, obviously, because it comes from above. And I've seen it help many people. So here's what you want to bring in: more celery juice, more cucumber juice, things like the radiation exposure shot, toxic heavy metal exposure shot, pathogen exposure shot, obviously the heavy metal detox smoothie, and then bringing in celery force, B complex, 5-MTHF, CoQ10, curcumin, hawthorn berry, spirulina, obviously melatonin, L-glutamine, which helps to remove MSG from the brain, and it's really helpful for people with strokes. So I would look up those protocols and do those. They will be very, very helpful. And then, of course, the nerve shifter shot can be very helpful as well. I'm so sorry that happened to your mom. It can be quite traumatic. Corinne says, what selenium supplements are good to take? I would work with pure encapsulations. If you cannot find that one, then use Eidon, E-I-D-O-N. Christina says, can I do HMDS while doing the potato mono cleanse? Anthony said on one of his lives that you can, if you've done it for long enough, you can if you've done potato mono cleanse for a while, then you can bring in the HMDS in the mornings if you choose to, and if your gut isn't so bad, right? If your gut isn't all that bad, then you can bring it in. So for those of you who cannot open up the QR code, I will give you a link that you can use here. Okay. I'll send you the link right now. Amanda says, I'm so excited for this. I know it's super exciting, Amanda, to be able to come together in community and be able to help each other and see each other. Like I said, it's going to be an event like never before. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to really connect as a community because it's 5 days. So it gives us a lot of time to connect. And um, if you are not signed up, please sign up. The link is right here. Tap on the link, click on the link. You can take a picture of the link. If you take a picture of it and tap on it, it will go directly to help you sign up. So next question is from Amanda, and she says, I'm having a flare of depression. I'm on the advanced heavy metal detox daily. What would be your top suggestion to get over this quickly? I would do the adrenal fight or flight stabilizer shot, energy shifter shot, and mood shifter shot. They will help you the most. Next question is from Mimi Perez. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you here. Next question is from Lisa Hernandez. She says, I have a pinched nerve under my right rib, right by the gallbladder. I wouldn't just wait on that, Lisa. I would make sure you get that checked. I would make sure it's not a gallbladder issue, because sometimes you think it's a pinched nerve, but it actually could be a swollen gallbladder as well. So you just want to make sure you get that checked out. That's really, really important. Mimi Perez asks about hair dyes on for healthier, cleaner ones. I have options on my Amazon store, so go take a look there. All right. I am excited to have you all here. And yeah, excited to have you all here. It's been fun to do Q&A with you again, to hang out with you again. So I don't know if you all know, but we have a lot of different offerings. We have membership. You can go join membership any time of the month, any time of the year. You can cancel anytime that you like. You can join our 5-day challenge. If you don't know me and you're getting to know who I am, the 5-day challenge is a super fun one to do because we will be connecting and coming together as a community, as people, as women, as mothers and daughters and wives and sisters, and mostly I think as sisters. So I hope you'll come and join because it's going to be really, really fun. Next question is from Lisa again. She's saying, I'm having this pinching discomfort. I have an appointment to take a look at it on September 8th. That's good. I'm really glad to hear that. To heal from within. Anna, so nice to see you here. Thank you, my dear, for the kind words. You're so sweet. Debbie Deutsch says, my son has waves of nausea. What is that from? So nausea happens because of an inflammation of the vagus nerve. So you want to make sure that the vagus nerve is not being inflamed. If you're new here, you're just joining. We have so many people joining this live stream. We have approximately 82 people joining from all platforms. So if you're new here, if you just joined, ask me a question. I'm doing Q&A. I'm answering questions about practitioner support and practitioner work. So jump in and ask me. If you haven't signed up to our Feminine Power Challenge, how to reclaim your feminine power when you're chronically sick, sign up for this challenge. It's happening after Labor Day. It's totally free. You don't want to miss out. It's going to be such a community joining, bonding, building event. So please come. It's going to be a lot of fun. So waves of nausea, like I said, Debbie, that is a mystery symptom, and it's often an inflammation of the vagus nerve, and it's a cranial nerve inflammation issue most of the time. My intuition tells me this might be fatty liver. Could it be a possibility? It could be, but if it's causing a specific pain, it is related to the liver, but you want to make sure you get that gallbladder checked out. Thank you for all of you. Sarah, you're signing out. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. ask me a question. I'm going to be on for another few minutes. So now's your chance. So ask me a question. What do you want to know? What's your burning question? The chat box has been full of Q&A, so jump in here. Lee Pearl says, I'm unable to tap on the code. Here you go. I'm going to post the link for you so you can sign up right here. There we go. So for those of you who are just joining and have not seen what we're up to, our newest thing is the is our Feminine Power Challenge. Harness your feminine power while chronically sick or while recovering. Here's another way to access it. Just click on that link or tap on that QR code and you can join. It's free. It's going to be so much fun to be a part of this with all of you. And that's, I think, just super cool. Luann Sullivan just had to take prednisone. If you had to take prednisone, do the pharmaceutical exposure shot from the Brain Saver books. Corinne says, best air fryer. Check out the one on my website, on my Amazon store. It's a Breville. It's a smart oven. Check that one out. Robin Marie says, do people who are more healed have less pain or discomfort while giving birth? I don't think that's totally necessarily true. I think that people who have weakened adrenals struggle with birth. I think that people who are struggling with their health can definitely struggle with birth. But even healthy people struggle with birth if their adrenals are tapped out and they're eating crap. So it's not just healthy people who do fine. Most healthy women struggle with birth because they're not really healthy. Amanda, you excited? She goes, feminine power. We need this. We really, really do. We really, really do. The Raw Food God says, are there things that help flush the spinal fluid specifically? I don't know if it's an issue, but my back pops a lot. I know metals play a part. I might not be even in the spinal fluid, but just curious. That's not a spinal fluid issue. That's an issue of shingles, most likely. Bai says, I have bacterial tonsillitis in 6 weeks. Unfortunately, took 2 antibiotics, which didn't help at all, taking Golden Seal and Propolis, even when grain-free, for a couple of weeks if it didn't improve. So if that's the case, I mean, just so you know, tonsillitis can be caused by strep, but also tonsillitis can be a sign of having mono, which is viral. So if it didn't help, then it could have been that. So yeah, I think that is maybe why you're still struggling. So, but yeah, check it out. If you want more support, if you want to dive deeper, if you want to understand this deeper, join our membership community where we have trained practitioners. We have 25 trained practitioners who can support you in there and who can help you uncover what's really going on and give you protocols who can help you directly just for your specific case. So I hope you'll check that out. If you want to check out membership, I will share a link for that. Hang on a second, just so you can figure out how to join. Not sure where it went. So either way, you can, if you click on our website, you can find membership community and join from there. But yeah, that's a really easy way to, oh, here it is. Here's the link for the membership community. You can click on that and we can help you because that's a tricky situation and you want to pay a little bit more attention to that. So just make sure that you grab that link and you can join ASAP just for even a month if you need it. If you are looking for the Feminine Power Challenge, please sign up here. It's free. It's going to be so much fun. It's 5 days of community building and connection. So another question is from Sarah Lynn. And Sarah says, I have cold sores all over my lips, and they were very swollen, and then they are a little bit. What else can I do besides celery juice, zinc, propolis, and lysine? I would follow a much more robust protocol for the antiviral piece. I would do, I would work with the Core 7. And on my blog, I talk about the Core 7. So it's B12, zinc, micro C, lysine, cat's gall, lemon balm, licorice root, and work with those protocols to help you go deeper, to help you access deeper support. You need to fight the viral piece a little bit more with more like power. So you need more antivirals and you need more things like that. Our next question is from Sally Lucas, and Sally says, Pure Encapsulations has 2 versions of selenium, one from citrate and one from selamethionine. What is the best to use? I would go with the selenomethionine. Catherine says, I bought organic garlic powder to use. When I received it, it had silicon dioxide powder in it. Is that okay? I wouldn't touch that. I wouldn't touch that. Catherine, I wouldn't touch that. Next question is from Courtney, and she says, how much vitamin C do you recommend daily to help with adrenal fatigue? I don't recommend a protocol unless I'm working with you in a consult. You can consult the medical medium books to find out what he says for fatigue and how much vitamin C he recommends for that. But I don't recommend a specific amount because people still struggle. Like people, there's no way I know your history, so I don't know what to recommend. But you can use his general protocols if you're concerned. But yeah, there's a lot that you can do for fatigue. Okay. I think I've answered all of your questions that jumped in today. Thank you for joining me. Sign up to the Feminine Power Challenge. When you're chronically sick, you lose your power in huge ways. So this is about a reclamation. This is about sisterhood. This is about coming together. This is about coming together, deepening together, bonding together. You don't want to miss this, guys. It's going to be really powerful. People are going to make huge breakthroughs. That's what we're here for, to bring the community together. It's going to address those emotional pieces. It's going to address the PTSD pieces. It's going to address some of those deeper pieces that we miss and lose because they go off our radar, right? So please sign up, check it out, sign up and be a part of it. It's going to be amazing for community building and community support. All right, everybody, I look forward to talking with you soon. I'm going to jump onto Instagram in a minute. So if you want to continue the conversation, catch me in there. Take care, everybody. Bye now.